Hello from CPHI Frankfurt. I'm here with Dr. Paresh Tank, the CEO of Pharmalane UK, a known consultancy for GXP auditing. And we are gonna do this interview and get deep into the latest trends in this domain. So, Paresh, regulators worldwide are increasing scrutiny on supplier oversight and on-site compliance. Can you describe a recent trend in inspector expectations you're seeing on GMP audits and how Pharmalane adapts its audit focus on reporting to reflect those inspector priorities?
Yes, Yan. So scrutiny has definitely increased because of during the inspections, authorities are finding a lot of issues, specifically for the data integrity, cross-contamination, even the testing as well. So I think it's really important that companies are following the compliance throughout. I was the other day having a meeting last month where I was discussing with former MHR as well as US FDA inspector, and we have discussed many things, but one of them was that it's really unannounced inspection really important or is really needed, and we all agree that it's really needed. And I really appreciate the decision by US FDA where they have increased the unannounced inspection based on whatever they have been facing. I personally think that even other authorities like different European authorities, they should also introduce this kind of unannounced inspection, because what I personally think is that, let's say if you're giving a company a month notice for the inspection and they have a whole month, and of course some of the companies who are not following the GMP compliance routinely, they just work hard day and night and just completely change the face of the site. And when inspectors go after a month and they find everything is well within compliance, so but actually we all know that it was only for that 1 month, not before and then after. So it's really hampering the quality of the product and GMP compliance. So it's very important, and double standard will not work anymore for the companies, that they have to follow GMP compliance throughout. And Pharmalane, how we support them. Yes, definitely we support them. We do a lot of mock inspection of the sites where we ensure that site is not just ready for the inspection at that time, but we ensure that the site is ready forever, even not in this inspection, even after so many inspections. We ensure that they are having a system to ensure that the GMP is continuously followed. Our supplier quality audits are also ensure that the GMP audits, what we do of the suppliers, the CMOs as well as API suppliers, they are very strict, and we really combine that in order to ensure that they are aligned with the regulatory requirements. So these are the few things what we do to ensure that the GMP compliance is maintained for our clients, and that's the current trend going on.
So, Paresh, before we move to the next industry trend question, I wanted to ask you a personal one before. So you are new in the role of a CEO at Pharmalane UK. I recall you were very excited about this position and had a strong growth strategy in mind. Could you share how your first 3 quarters in the role have been for you?
Okay, Yan. Thanks for asking this question, first of all, because I'm kind of dying to answer this. So, yeah, you're right. I was having a lot of strategies when I was just newly became CEO, and it's still the same. And I'm glad to inform you that out of all the strategies I was having in mind, we have implemented all of them, at least the first phase. For example, increase the efficiency of our audits to ensuring that we conduct the as strict as it can be the audits to ensure that the issues are identified. We also work a lot on our timelines to ensure that the reports are provided to the clients on time. In addition to that, we have qualified a lot of specialist auditors, not like the same type of auditor than doing all the audits, but we have now specialist auditor who ensure that the audits are conducted in the most effective way by the best person it can be. Also improving our auditing methodology to ensure that it complies with the regulatory expectation, and as a result of which we have reduced our timeline for the audit reports by 30%. We also recorded in last 6 months the highest ever month with respect to number of audits. We have also recorded in these 6 months our highest revenue generation month. In addition to that, we have gained around 150 clients in the 6 months. So you can imagine 150 clients, 6 months, it means new client every single day. We also increased our revenue by 80% in the last 6 months. So after I joined and then we started implementing the strategy, we have 80% of the higher revenue in just the last 6 months than the previous year. So these are the things what we have been doing, and I think it's really working well. And it's just a start, I would say, because we have a lot of strategies are on the pipeline, and we're going to do much more better, and you're going to see in future that where Pharmalane UK is going.
So congratulations on that. It sounds that your first months as the CEO were very successful, and I really hope to meet again in a year and see where you get the company until then. And now let's jump into the next question regarding the trends in the industry. So, Paresh, many manufacturers are accelerating supply chain diversification and nearshoring. What new audit priorities or red flags are you seeing when clients qualify suppliers in emerging or newly targeted regions?
Yes, of course, the need of the time. All the companies, of course, they are looking to outsource their activities in different countries, specifically some countries where it's easy for them, for example, China or India or Mexico, Brazil, Vietnam, Thailand. So, yeah, but of course, if it's outsourced, then it's more risk because, of course, it's been manufactured in the third country where you don't have complete access what they've been doing. And it's important to have oversight properly to ensure that they are following the GMP, because we know if you don't follow the GMP, if your CMOs, your suppliers don't follow the GMP, we know the examples, recent examples about the US FDA, where the suppliers, CMOs, they got identified with a lot of issues and issued with the warning letter at the same time, and then the MA holder who are actually outsourcing those things, they also got the warning letter. So it's very important who you are outsourcing. In addition to that, with respect to outsourcing, few of the points are very important. For example, doing the due diligence. What I see is not every company is focusing much about the due diligence. Due diligence with respect to commercialization as well as quality is very, very important. So you can identify if there is any issues at very initial level, and you can take appropriate actions. So that is very important. In addition to that, conducting the first introduction audit, initiation audit is also very, very important. Give enough time, give enough people, give enough expertise for such kind of audits to ensure that you completely, thoroughly review the system of the site, and so you can make a decision whether you really want to go with them, whether you want to really ensure that the sites are good enough, so you can assign them your product, they manufacture your product, because actually they are manufacturing product but it's on your name, so your reputation is at the stake. So this is something I really think that should be improved. Some companies are doing it really, really well. What we have observed that some of the companies, they just do visit every 6 months, every 1 year. Some of the companies they have own representative. They are putting at the site. They are day in, day out. They are checking the compliance of their own product every day. So it's really, it gives the confidence that yes, I am outsourcing, but I have full oversight that they're manufacturing the product with the full compliance, and I don't have a risk as I am a holder, because if something goes wrong at this site, they're not following GMP, my name is on the stake. So it's really important as a company to ensure that it's good to outsource, it's good to use different suppliers, different CMOs, but the oversight is very, very important. And then, of course, you can do it. It should be controlled way rather than just assign and just forget about it.
So, Paresh, looking ahead 12 to 18 months, what one capability would you most recommend pharma companies strengthen internally to reduce audit findings and improve supplier resilience?
Yeah, it's a good question, Yan, because I think it's not a question of yours only. It's a question of a lot of quality heads, because they always, thinking why they're getting so many major observations, critical observations during their inspections. So what I think is not difficult to be in compliance. You just need to be more focused before jumping onto the procedure and start implementing those things. First thing, I think we should be introspecting whether your procedures, they are actually as per the current requirement, right? If you don't have expertise, take help. There is no shame in taking external help like our consultants. Of course, I'm not actually selling myself, but it's very important that if you don't have expertise, then take help from the external consultant companies like us, because we have expertise. It's a third eye, right? People working there day in, day out, same thing from years. But if some third person sees that, then actually you can identify the issues there, and the issues are identified, you close them, and then that's it. If procedures to be updated, you update them, and then train the people, and that's all. So these are the few things that companies can do to decrease the number of observations they are getting. Some of the companies, they actually don't have enough number of staff, even though they are competent, but they are overburdened with different responsibilities. For example, quality audits and the mock inspections and self inspections, and there are so many other things which they are overburdened with, which actually you can outsource. For example, these are the things that you can easily outsource. You don't have to have your own people to do it if you have other things which are lacking. Of course, if I'm a quality head, I don't want my best guy to be somewhere in China or Taiwan conducting some supplier audit. But of course, I want them here at my site, because I have my client audit next week. I have my regulatory inspection Next month, I have few investigations which are pending for the major deviation complaints. So of course, I want my best people to do the best thing, and not just roaming here and there just for the inspection, because I can definitely outsource those inspections, audit to the third companies, and I can rely on much more for those things rather than these things. So what I think is it's really important for the companies to understand where you need to draw a line, where you need to stop to overburden your people and start outsourcing wherever you can. So your people can utilize more important things which you want them to do.
So Paresh, my last question for today. Over the past 3 years, Pharmalane UK has become a highly recommended GMP auditing consultancy, experiencing nearly 4 times the revenue growth. What do you consider to be the key behind this remarkable success?
Yes, Yan, you are right. Pharmalane UK has increased its revenue by 4 times in last 3 years. So you can imagine it's a drastic growth, and it's just because of we do what we do. We are experts in what we do. We don't do like 100 different types of services. We only give one type of service, which is a GMP auditing, and we are the best in what we do. We give all our efforts in that particular thing rather than so many things. Even some of our clients, even they request us that why you are now famous, you have a lot of clients, why don't you also start other services? But no, what we say is we don't want to divert our focus. We only want to be specialist for GMP auditing. Another thing is we really make our clients life easy. So if they want to assign, they assign us, we do the rest. So they don't have to worry. Of course, they can involve wherever they want to involve, but we just do the rest. And so that's what they really like it. In addition to that, we are very flexible in audits we do. Wherever you want the audits to be conducted, in any countries at any given time, we can make the auditors available. For example, we had a client last week, they really want, they had their own auditor who were going to audit, but then there's something goes wrong. And they had to reassign that audit. It was very important audit in Texas, and we are just given like 7 days that, okay, we have audit in Texas after 7 days, and we still could able to assign the auditor in short period of time. So we are available for any type of audit anywhere in the world, and that's what we really live that life. Another thing is our marketing strategy is that we don't do too much of marketing. We don't spend too much on business development and marketing. We don't have actual offices in almost every countries, or the people sitting pushing to the clients for the work. We just do is we spend more and more on our operational part, and we do our best. We give our best work, and our clients actually recommend other clients or their contacts to us, rather than we going to actually find the client. So this is what is happening, and it's really work. You can imagine that Pharmalane UK is so much of serious about the quality, because even they hire a quality guy as the CEO, which is really uncommon, because people want to find somebody who is a financial guy or the marketing guy to improve the business. But they hired a quality guy, and it's quite working well for them. So yeah, you can imagine that. And we follow very simple but foolproof audit management process. So there is no complications, there is no fancy system that there are no lengthy contracts with the clients, there are no lot of limitations or restriction for the client. So client can utilize us wherever they want, and if they don't want, of course they can utilize other companies as well, and we don't have any issues. But believe me, once they come to us, they don't go anywhere because of the customer service. We have project managers, dedicated project manager for each of the client, who ensure that the full compliance with the client's requirement, and they have been served on within the 4 hours, and their requirements has been fulfilled within the timeline. So this is what we do, and we know what we do. And last thing is our prices. Our auditing price is much more cost effective. I'm glad to tell you that even in the last 3 years, we have not increased our price of the auditing and the audit report. That currently in last 3 years, gas price, accommodation, flight, all prices have gone up, but we still have not increased the price of our services, because what we think is that clients should have the access to affordable services, because of course they think too much whether to us outsource or not. But if we increase our price too high, then of course the medium to small companies might not able to afford us. So this is really one of our strong point, that we don't want to increase the price too high. So all range of companies, even the small companies to bigger companies, can actually utilize our service, and that's what been working really, really well for us.
Excellent. So Paresh, thank you very much for sharing with me your personal experience and Pharmalane's growth experience and the trends in the industry. So I wish you best of luck in the upcoming year, and we'll see each other in the next CPHI and see where you grew Pharmalane UK further.
Sure, Ian. Thank you very much. Thanks.